Gates open, the Columbine Stakes is underway. Lady Jila, with a good beginning, settles into mid-division. In 2016, Lady Jila became the first thoroughbred in the history of Arapahoe Park to win the same stakes race 4 times. Victory in the Columbine Stakes over 1 mile and 1/16 for fillies and mares in 2013. With 100 yards to go, it's Eyes in trouble with the advantage. Lady Jila fighting back on the inside. Lady Jila diving through, lost the lead, regains it. In 2014, a furlong to go. It's the defending champion, Lady Jila and Michael Ziegler. Lady Contender and Brian Terrio, stride for stride, slugging it out. And it's Lady Jila powering through up the inside and defending her title in the Columbine Stakes. In 2015, Lady Jila holding Lady Contender on to victory in the Columbine Stakes for the 3rd year in a row. And in 2016 as a 9-year-old. They're at the quarter pole in the Columbine Stakes, and it's Lady Jila. She's been in this position before. She's won the last 3 Columbine Stakes, and she races inside the final furlong 4 lengths in front. One of them has dropped the whip in behind, Broken Loving It, trying to run on with the Tizzler. It's Lady Jila, Mike Ziegler, trying to propel her to her 4th win in the Columbine. She's getting tired. Broken Loving It is closing on the outside. Lady Jila stretches and will get there in time. A dramatic 4th win in the Columbine Stakes. What's even more remarkable is that Lady Jila was running at one of the lowest levels of racing in $3,000 claiming races in 2012. But the rags to riches mare kept winning as her connections tried her in harder and harder competition, eventually becoming a 6-time stakes winner at Arapahoe Park with earnings around $300,000. Jockey Mike Ziegler has been aboard for 13 of Lady Jila's 14 wins in Colorado dating back to 2010.
We've had a heck of a ride with her. She has such a big heart, and she gives me everything she's got if I ask her. I mean, she's been past going down the lane before and come back and win the race for me, and she's one of my all-time favorites, and I've been riding for almost 30 years, so that's saying a lot.
And she just had enough in this year's running of the Columbine Stakes. Did you hear the other horses coming at you? It got to be pretty close at the finish.
I glanced back about halfway down the lane, and I saw they were back there a ways, but she kind of got to lollygagging with me. She's getting older and smarter, and she knows where the wire is. If they would have come to her, I think she still would have fought them off, but she had me worried just a little bit.
You rarely see sports teams win 4 championships, but for a horse whose racing career is relatively short to win the same stakes race 4 times, put that in sort of general sports perspective.
Well, it's extremely hard to do, especially in horse racing. You know, people can watch car racing too. There's so many variables. You don't always get to go when you want to go. With her being kind of a speed horse, she usually isn't back in a lot of traffic. So when I feel she wants to go, I let her go, and that's kind of a key right there. She knows what she's doing, and I just kind of help her.
With her team in Barn 10. Lady Jila, are you getting a little camera shy? Well, she'll be back in a moment. Let's talk to the training team of Owe and Charlotte Martinez, the ownership and breeding team of Mike and Chris DeBarro. And Owe, you ride this horse in the morning, so we see her fight on race day, but in the mornings when she's training, what is her demeanor like? Oh, she just needed some food.
She's a bear to gallop. She knows her business. She does her job in the morning, and we couldn't be any happier with her.
Mike, you've known this horse since the start of her career. You bred her. What were the expectations when she first started running?
Well, they sure weren't what she's accomplished. It was our first crop from a sire that we own, Jila, so our expectations were low. We didn't really expect a lot. It was the beginning for us. And here she is 6 years later, 7 years later, still winning races, still winning stake races. We're just amazed. On the threshold of $300,000 earned, it's just an incredible ride. It's a credible ride we're on.
For a horse that someone could have claimed for $3,000 in Arizona, $5,000 here. Krista, what's been your favorite part of the journey?
You know, the love of her to run, the love of our trainers, and thankfulness that they treat her great, know what to do, they've got her figured out, because her longevity is amazing.
Charlotte, this horse was trying for a while in maiden races, lower level claiming races. What was it that clicked for her that made her start winning and then gave you the sense that, hey, maybe we have something special here?
Well, to start with, it was Mike in '08 throwing her in for 3,000, trying to give her away. And I was like scared to death every time she ran. That's what started it, but she was winning. And then we'd raise it and she'd win, we'd raise it and she'd win. And it built her heart up to where she was a monster. You know?
What's her demeanor like in the barn?
Oh, just as you see right now, give me a treat and pet me, and she's just lovely. She's just so nice.
First time a thoroughbred has won the same stakes race 4 times. I hate to ask this now, but are we gonna go for 5?
We are.
You heard it right here. 10 years old. You hardly ever see that in racing, but we're definitely seeing something special with Lady Jila at Arapahoe Park.